Hi, I'm AJ Schneider, president of Wheaton Worldwide Moving and Beacons Van Lines.
I'm Matt Paxton. I'm a nationally known downsizing expert, host of Legacy List with Matt Paxton, and the author of Keep the Memories, Lose the Stuff.
So one of the things we want to talk about today is the fact that there are plenty of bad actors out there when it comes to hiring a moving company. And we want to give you some tips and tricks and talk through some of the things to avoid when you are hiring a moving company.
Yeah, one of the first things I tell people is to make sure you are hiring a reputable moving company.
Yeah, and I think one of the ways that you can check that right off the bat is to go to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's website, protectyourmove.gov, and you can look up the mover and see if they're legit. That's a great way to start.
I tell people all the time, if the price seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, we find that all the time, and there's a lot of scams that you need to avoid out there, and typically the way, and I'm not sure if you've seen this in your business, but the way that typically unfolds is that a consumer, oftentimes a senior, an elderly person, will get a quote from an online mover that they found on the internet, and they'll get a quote that seems too good to be true. They'll sign a contract, and then on moving day, that price will go up, and that moving company, really that rogue operator, won't end up delivering their goods. They'll hold them hostage for more money.
Yeah, we hear that all the time. And I say, basically, if you're getting a quote and the person hasn't seen your stuff, that's another really red flag.
Big red flag. Other red flags, if they ask you to sign documents that are blank, don't do it. Don't ever do that.
And a lot of times in my industry with downsizing, it's often an adult child that is managing this for mom or dad from afar. And so I just say, really make sure that the entire process is making sense to you. And if you feel like you're getting scammed, you probably are. And I just really want you to just take your time. I mean, this is your parents, they've spent their entire life collecting these items, so they are important. And if any of these things bother you that you've heard us say, then you do need to go onto that website. And that website is protectyourmove.gov.
Absolutely.
So Adrian, what should you tell people about insurance of moving?
So one of the things that is important is that if a moving company starts talking about insurance, that may be a red flag. So what moving companies sell is actually called valuation. And valuation at the most basic level is an agreement between you as the customer and the moving company about how much your goods are worth if something were to be damaged. So while every moving company, every legitimate moving company should offer valuation, there's different levels to that. There's the free level, which offers you some protection, but I would always recommend, particularly, I would recommend to your mom or to your friends, always buy replacement value protection. It's a little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, you're much better protected and you'll have a much better move at the end if something gets nicked or scratched.
I get a lot of clients that say, hey, I've got a really important painting, or I've got a really important sculpture or a piece of furniture, and we've always told them the same thing.
Absolutely.
Make sure you get the added protection.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's kind of like closing advice? What would you give to a person that is trying to manage a move for themselves or a loved one? What would you tell them?
Well, I think, all the things we've talked about, checking to make sure that they're a legitimate moving company, making sure that you've had a visual survey so that the company actually knows what they're going to be moving for you, not signing blank documents, anything like that. But at the end of the day, I guess from our point of view, we would much rather see you move with one of our legitimate competitors than one of these rogue operators that are out there scamming folks.
Go to protectyourmove.gov, make sure that they're good. And if they are, then we're happy that you get your stuff moved soundly and safely.
Absolutely, that sounds great.
All right, AJ, well, thanks for your time, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.